These are cakes on sticks, and yes, you can eat them even though they look too good to bite into. These miniature masterpieces could be something for the kids perhaps, or maybe for the big kid inside you. They're made with cake sponge rolled into different shapes, then decorated, and they're surprisingly easy to make. Well, so the maker of these cake pops, Claire O'Connell, tells me.
These look mad.
Oh.
They look very good. I've seen cake pops before, but not in such detail as this. They're amazing.
Yeah, we can make basically anything into a cake pop.
The whole idea of cake pops now is fun.
Yeah.
And the kids are getting into it, but adults were seriously into this as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So how do you go about actually making the cake pop itself, the actual
So the
mixture?
cake is made from like a normal chocolate cake, and you let it cool, and then you crumble it up and add icing, and then you kind of shape them, and then we let them harden in the fridge.
I'd be tempted to try all sorts of wacky things, you know.
Now, I've done some sculpting in my time, with clay though, not cake mixture, but I thought I'd give it a go.
I'm thinking of the colour here. You've got to use a little bit of imagination. Well, it's a bit different to clay, isn't it? It dries out quite a lot.
Yeah.
So you do things like that, you see, for Halloween. It's like the Scream thing going on. So how do you go about decorating one of these? Can you show us?
I'll show you the pop that we are making. You can do them in all different colours. So I've got a yellow one, a pink one. There should be an orange one somewhere. He's back there.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're going to do a purple one.
First, the cake mixture has to be shaped into balls.
You want to split it like 1/3,
A third off.
2/3.
OK. It is a bit like plasticine, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK.
And then you just want to roll a nice ball.
This is basically a chocolate cake, and it's also got buttercream in there, icing, and the
Yeah,
whole
we use
thing.
cream cheese icing, actually.
Cream cheese icing?
Yeah.
OK. Well,
So
that
it's
makes it
just-
quite smooth as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. They look good. Because a lot of people can't roll balls, so you'd get the job.
Very good at that. So what's the next stage from this, then?
Claire uses melted candy coating, but you can use any coloured candy or white chocolate.
So basically, you want to take the purple, you dip the stick in the candy melts first, and get the body.
It's just to glue it to the base.
Exactly. Go all the way through, leave about that much space.
Yeah.
And then dip again, and then put it into the head like that. Keep shaking. I kind of twist it a little bit as well. And then tap it and shake it when it's upright as well, so you don't have a little peak. And then we'll just put in some polystyrene to harden.
They're very neat, though, aren't they? I mean, they're very precise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's see how precise you want.
Oh, here we go.
Have you made cake pops before?
No.
It's better to hold it closer to the further down the stick, because then
Why
you
is
have
that?
more control, otherwise it might just fling off. You don't
Oh,
want
right, yes. Yeah, OK, got you.
it. Take it when it's upright.
Oh, shake it when it's upright, OK. It's like the generation game, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I've made a nose, see?
Yeah, that wouldn't make the cut, I don't think.
Wouldn't it?
Nah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Once the candy coating is dry, you can create the face, again using melted candy.
Get your pop and just dip a nice face and then just tap it off and then shake again when it's flat, like that.
OK.
Yeah? See? Yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit high up, but it's okay.
I've created cream teas good enough for the Dorchester, I've even baked for royalty, but apparently I can't even make a cake pop.
And then we're going to start doing the leopard print. So we'll just sit them down for a second. I'm going to take your black powder,
Yeah.
and then I've got these little pipettes because it makes it easier getting the leaf varnish that we use to mix with the black. Put a bit of leaf varnish in with the powder, and then you take a thinner brush, mix it all in, and then start with the leopard spots, which is like a pattern, kind of 3 rough spots. Just keep repeating that pattern over and over. 3 normally I do.
Why is that?
Because it looks like leopard print.
Ah.
No. It's this one. That's how you do it. Yours just look like lines. They're supposed to go into like a little circle, like that.
So what I'm going to do, I'll leave you with this, and I'll get back to something I'm all right at, which I'll bake a cake, OK?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to produce a toffee and apple cake that actually you'll be able to stick all these cake pops
Oh, perfect.
into.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
I think it'll look quite decorative.
My toffee and apple cake is delicious enough on its own, but topped off with Claire's decorations, it'll make a perfect party treat.
All the dry ingredients are fairly straightforward. I'm putting the self-raising white flour, self-raising wholemeal flour in the bowl. I'm also going to add baking powder and cinnamon. Cinnamon's going to give it a little bit of kick. Cinnamon with toffee and apple is a marriage made in heaven. So the next stage is I'm going to crack 2 eggs into the other bowl. The best thing to do when you're doing cakes is obviously keep your dry ingredients in one, wet in another, and then incorporate it together. It's the easiest way of doing it. So I'm going to put my eggs into this bowl. What are you up to, Claire?
I'm going to make some little apple pops to go on the apple cake.
All right, fantastic. OK, I've got my eggs in there. I'm going to add my oil to this and my milk too. Straight into the mix.
Whisk the eggs together until broken down, then add brown sugar to the flour.
Goes fantastically well with toffee and apples. So give that a bit of a mix together. Do you like toffee and apple cake anyway? Is it pudding? Do you like it?
I don't think I've ever had toffee apple cake. I've had sticky toffee, and that's amazing. Is it like that?
Yeah, it is. Oh, I like the colour of that.
Yeah, red apples this time.
So you have to dry on each stage. It was quite laborious, isn't it?
These are easy, though, because you're just putting the stalk in and then the leaf, and then they're done. I'm not going to paint these, you know.
Well, why don't you get me to do that, then? Then you wouldn't give me so much to do.
We were giving you something hard to do.
Thank
so
you very
have
much
a laugh.
Right, I've got my dry ingredients in here. I'm going to add my wet ingredients to this dry mix, straight in, and then bring all the ingredients together. Now, I'm going to use a spatula, get around, and just begin to incorporate all these ingredients together. And you can see, almost straight away, it's almost gone sponge-like. Beautiful mixture. There it is. That's what you're looking for. That sort of soft, dropping consistency.
So that's the basic cake mix done. Next, I'm adding peeled and chopped apples and toffee broken into smallish chunks.
Fold all the ingredients together. It's a moist cake, this. It's delicious because as it cooks, the apples burst as well, and the flavour just goes all the way through the cake. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Will the toffee all melt then when it's cooked?
Yeah, it does. It holds the little pockets inside.
Yeah, nice. A little burst.
I like those apples.
They're cute, aren't they?
You could have done with a leaf on the other side as well.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do, this mix goes straight into a bowl which has been buttered. So you get your mixture, tip it all the way down to the edge, and throw it straight into your bowl. Now this whole thing, go into the oven at 180 degrees C, and it'll go in there for about 50 to 60 minutes. And again, breaking down the apples and releasing the moisture. It's quite a wet mix, and it'll take a while to bake. And I'm going to pop that in the oven right now.
So it'll be nice and sturdy for the pops.
It should be.
To hold.
It should be something that's quite a stable cake, which you should be able to withhold some of the strength. Because those poles are actually quite long, so we should be able to, make it look very, very attractive. Now over here, I have the one that's been out. Now it's cool, because if I bring it out when it's hot, it'll just collapse.
Now take a palette knife and just work around the cake until it comes loose.
How many apple ones have you done?
I've done 4, but I've got more.
Okay, I think that's about loose enough. I grab my plate, turn it upside down. Oh, there you go. Straight out. Now that should be quite a solid cake. Now that should hold some of your beautiful cake pops.
So here are the green ones I made earlier.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I've got the little red guys over here.
Okay, so I'm going to start chucking some of these in here.
See how many we can put in. There's a red one.
You've got toffee inside there, you've got apple.
Oh, yeah.
You've got apples decorating it.
If you don't have freshly made cake pops to hand, just serve the cake as it is, with custard or cream. I've got a mini apple orchard for mine.
I think with the expertise of Claire and her beautiful painting, I think what we created is a toffee and apple cake that's been flooded and painted with beautiful cake pops.